Right now, there's a lot of craziness in the housing market, multiple offers, people going above the asking price, waiving everything in order to get their offer accepted. And I want to spend a little bit of time today and talk about not giving up the farm when writing your offer. Figuratively, of course, but writing an offer that is strong, but not putting yourself at risk, of losing your earnest money deposit just in order to not miss out on a property. There's a lot of FOMO out there, a lot of people that are stressed, a lot of emotion because, they've been putting in offers, multiple offers over the course of weeks, maybe months, and still coming up empty-handed. I want to talk about a story of a client that actually came to me through YouTube a couple of months back, and we finally were able to get their offer accepted on the 14th of April. So about a week and a half ago, we were able to get their offer accepted. I want to talk about what they went through, how we structured their offer, because I think it's important and can give you a little bit of insight from somebody that's out there representing buyers, representing sellers. So I'm seeing both sides of the equation, but to give you some hope, I've talked about buyer success stories. This is one that is, I'm proud of because it took time, it took patience from both of our sides, and there was a lot of emotion involved. But these were buyers that we put in over 20 offers. Actually, 20 offers was the number. The 20th offer was accepted. Now, probably seems crazy that somebody's willing to write 20 offers, but we saw a lot of property. The first offer was written back on February 4th, and we were able to get their offer accepted on April 14th. So, two months and a week, 2 months and 10 days or so. So it took some time. It didn't come, again, without emotion. It didn't come without some time involved, but we were able to structure an offer and beat out multiple offers with only 5% down because we wrote a clean offer. And I'll talk about some of the things that we wrote in there and how we were able to negotiate, even though we said we were going to buy the property as is. We were actually able to go in and ask for repairs and actually get them completed. They're going to agree to the repairs that we requested. So, the purchase price on this property was $795,000. We wrote an initial offer of $825,000. So we came in $30,000 above the asking price, and we waived the appraisal contingency. Now, you might say, Jeb, that's crazy. Why would you waive the appraisal contingency? You're talking about not giving up the farm. Well, I looked at the comparables, right? Before my client wrote the offer, we looked up comparables, and I said, hey, look, I think the property could easily appraise for what, the number that you're offering to the seller based on these comparables. And we went over the comparables and we said, yeah, it looks reasonable, and had a conversation with the listing agent on the other side and said, hey, basically, are these the comps that you're using? Yeah, those are the comps I'm using. So we went in and we waived the appraisal contingency. Now, keep in mind, these are borrowers putting 5% down. So 5% down on an $830,000 purchase, single family residence here in Southern California. And, we did an earnest money deposit of 3%. So we came in with 3% of that $825,000, just over $25,000 or $24,000, somewhere in that ballpark. And we shortened contingency periods. So we shortened the contingency periods from 17 days down to 10 days and from 21 days down to 14 days. So we had 14 days to work through all the contingencies, and we did a 25-day escrow term. Not 30 days, we said 25 days. Again, we waived the appraisal and we waived the home warranty. I offered to pay for the home warranty myself. And lastly, we came in and said that the buyer is willing to buy the property as is. We didn't waive the home inspection. We kept the home inspection in place, but we did say that basically buying it as is, we're not going to come back and ask for a bunch of repairs. We're not going to really come back and ask for any repairs. And again, that might seem crazy as well, but my clients, we saw the property. It looked nice. I mean, we go through it, we kind of pick it apart as we're walking through it. Everything in the property looks like like there's not a lot of work to be done. A lot of the major things have been done. The roof, the HVAC, water heater, all of that stuff is fairly new. So we knew there was not a lot of big ticket items, probably some cosmetic things that would come up. So we did it as is. And, we were one of, I think, 5-6 offers on the property. They countered the top 3. And we raised our price to $830 at that time. So we came in up $5,000 to a $830,000 purchase price. And, the agent on the other side came back and said, part of the reason the seller accepted our offer was because it was written so clean up, up front. They didn't have to ask us to waive the appraisal contingency. They didn't have to ask us to waive these contingencies in order to stand out. And so we were able to get into escrow. And once we were in escrow, we did the home inspection, right? So the home inspection came up, and, there were some items that came up in the home inspection, nothing major, but, there was some termite work that needed to be done, a couple cosmetic things here and there. And we, even though we said it was as is, I spoke to the listing agent on the other side and said, hey, look, there's some things that my clients are concerned with. We said we weren't going to ask for any repairs, but there's a couple things they want done, pretty minor stuff, and we asked for them. Now, the termite work was about $1,400 or so, and then there was a couple other things that didn't really require any money per se, but just some things that needed to be adjusted, fixed, that sort of thing. And the seller agreed to it. So we were able to, even though we said we were going to waive it up front, we were able to get the seller to agree to those. And at the same time, the appraisal came in at value. So, we offered above the asking price on the property. We looked at the comparables. We thought it would appraise, and it did appraise. So appraisal came back. The home inspection came back. Everything was fine for the most part. We were still able to negotiate some repairs. So we were able to still get the property against multiple offers with only 5% down in this market that is competitive. And there were offers that had higher down payments. I did talk to the agent, and they mentioned that there were some other offers that had higher down payments, but our offer was really clean. And that's really the reason they went with our offer. So, the reason I'm bringing this up is because, there's a lot of people, I'm hearing a lot of people say this. In fact, I met with some buyers over this weekend that we've been working with, via email. They're finally in town, and we started looking at property. And one of the conversations we had initially, because there was a property that they saw this weekend that they were initially going to write an offer on. And they said, well, so we're going to have to waive the appraisal. We're going to have to waive the home inspection. We're going to have to waive all this stuff. And I said, no, we're not going to have to do all of that. Now, we may choose to do some of that. We may choose to do the appraisal if we think it can appraise. We may choose to shorten contingencies, but we're not going to give up the farm per se in order to get your offer accepted. We want you to be protected. We want your deposit to never be at risk during this transaction. So, if you're working with a real estate agent that's telling you you've got to do all of this stuff, I would tell you, to have a conversation with them, find out why they're telling you that. Now, in some markets, maybe that's the case, but I would tell you the majority of markets out there aren't like that. So, as some encouragement, just know that it might take a little bit of time in this market in order to get your offer accepted, but don't get to the point where you're emotional and you want to give up and you're just willing to do anything to get your offer accepted, because that's how you put yourself at risk. But, while we're here, a couple of weeks ago when we got that offer accepted, I was actually doing a YouTube live at the time. And I got the text that our offer was accepted during that live. And I was able to take a little bit of time, reach out to that client, because we'd spent a lot of time together over 2 months, and actually get them on the show, or her on the show, to say, her offer was accepted. And that was a proud moment for myself. One, because she came to me through YouTube initially. Secondly, we spent a lot of time, a lot of hard work getting to that stage. And it's been an emotional process, been a draining process for everyone. So I wanted to, if you didn't see that video, I want to take a minute and a half here and show that to you, to show you, the rewards of not sacrificing on what's important to you, and just sticking to your plan. Or so. Everyone, hello. We are going to welcome Lupe to the show this evening. Lupe is a viewer. She found me through YouTube. In fact, she found Josh, I think, first, contacted Josh to get pre-approved. And I've been fortunate enough to help her and Ray try to find property. And Lupe, I have good news. Your offer has been
Hey,
accepted.
nice.
Awesome. So this comes after
Yay.
how many offers have we written?
Oh, I think you said how many earlier, and I was like,
I
what? That
guessed.
many?
I was guessing 25.
I-
So
It sounds
we've
about right.
written 20, at least 25 offers. I mean, hell,
Yeah.
we've written 25 offers probably, and I will count. I will find the number.
It
But
was
we've written a
five
lot
alone
of
this
offers.
weekend.
What's that?
It was five this weekend alone.
There you go. So, I mean, a lot of offers have been written, and I am ecstatic to say that
That is
you have
awesome.
been accepted. That is fantastic.
And you
This
guys are
this is
amazing.
as good a news for me as it is for you.
And
I'm
hey,
super
and
happy.
I have an easier time than Jeb does. He's showing the properties and writing the offers up. I'm getting, I've had plenty of experience now sending videos to listing agents saying, no, Ray and Lupe are awesome and they're well qualified and we're going to close it and it's going to be perfect. And they tell us how nice the videos are. And then they go, oh, sorry, we took another offer.
No, exactly.
That
They
is
they
true.
compliment us on our offer, tell us how awesome everything is, and then they don't go forward with us. So it's
Yeah.
frustrating. But I didn't want to put you on the spot, but I wanted to say congratulations.
I
Awesome.
was waiting for it. I was like, if he doesn't call me on live, I'm gonna be sad.
No, I've been looking at my text messages waiting for it to come through. So we are good to go. So we got some communication we need to do, which we will we'll talk in the morning. How's that? So hopefully that gives you some encouragement out there. If you're out there looking, you're having a tough time, just know that, I'm a firm believer that things happen for a reason, that bigger, better things happen because something doesn't happen in some cases. So just know, stick to your plan, work with a professional. If you need a real estate agent or mortgage professional, you don't have one, reach out to me directly. There's a link in the description below, or you can email me. Happy to provide that information to you. But for now, I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Appreciate all the support. Hope to see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.